Welcome back to Ferocious Education. This is Ed. Today we're going to be talking about Sundial, going with the ticker SNDL. Make sure to drop a like to this video to help this channel grow, subscribe, and leave notifications on. I'm going to go through due diligence update quickly and then technical analysis. Now, I've broken this video into the due diligence part and then technical analysis. Links to that is in the description below. I've covered this one a few times before, so if you'd like to watch my previous video, feel free to do so. So let's jump right into this one. So, Sundial. I covered a good amount of videos on this one here, but just to give you a quick update, and if you haven't seen it before, well, they actually work in the cannabis industry. And for this, they have different products such as vapes, flowers, pre-rolls, concentrates, etc., even including beer-infused weed, which is coming up soon. They work with oil extracts, the list goes on, and they have different different products for different kind of valuations, whether you go value or premium, etc. So that gives you a little bit of an overview. Now, for Sundial, before even going on to how much money they've raised, Sundial actually today just closed 104, which is a good thing. It is a penny stock that has been a little bit in trouble, going mainly towards the compliance. And today, they are one step closer towards the compliance. They need 10 days, consecutive days, above $1. Now, in terms of the total cash that they do have, currently they're sitting at 21 million. And if you look to total assets, you're looking at 227 million currently speaking. And if you look into the total liabilities, you're looking at 151 million. Now, a quick thing just to give a bit of a more of a perspective onto this one. The recent news that we've received was related to offerings. So first was the closing of the $100 million offering that closed earlier today. And that gives him $100 million, duh. And then the next thing here is the $74.5 million registered offering and full utilization of the shelf registration statement. The offering is expected to close on February 4th, subject to the customary closing conditions. And basically that puts him up around $175 million as of just this week alone in raising money. Which goes to two things. It goes off to totally pay off that debt, so the company becomes debt-free, which is amazing. The second thing is that basically you're gonna have more of a reserve towards the U.S. expansions if the MORE Act, which is the Decriminalization Act of Marijuana, that has been in the Senate right now, and it went to the Committee of Finance, and the Committee of Finance is a little bit busy with the hearings of Janet L. Yellen to be the Secretary of Treasury. But generally speaking, I did cover this one before. The chairman currently, even though he's a Republican, he is in favor of decriminalization of marijuana or cannabis and further research with it. So that's a good thing. And then the ranking member is also pro-cannabis legalization or pro-cannabis decriminalization. So that is two things in this chamber there. We're still yet to get to see more about the MORE Act in the Senate. Probably not going to expect anything before at least maybe March or on the second quarter. Now, we already have talked about the money that's being put on through offerings that will basically go towards paying off the debt and U.S. expansions. And that is bullish. Now, the latest one in terms of offerings, which is basically the $75 million. That $75 million is a side off as well of the warrants that they can go ahead. But quickly going on, let's do the $100 million. That was around 75 cents per share, with 80 cents exercise option. So you can get to see that we are within that price. It's a little bit higher than there. And at least they didn't go with the $400 million of offering. So they could have went worse. But generally speaking, that money is going to go to good use. So now we want to look into the technical analysis and see how did the market actually brush off this news, or how did it take it off? Now, make sure to actually drop a like and subscribe. It really helps my channel grow substantially, more than you can ever imagine. If you would like to say anything, you can mention it down in the comments. I read every single one. And if you would like to join our chat room, the Discord link is in the description below. So, on the 1 week perspective, we are still in the phase where this is considered an upward trend. 10 SMA is almost above the 30 EMA on the 1 week perspective, and the moving averages are 1 or 2 days further from being bullish. And that is an amazing thing. Now, the Willing %R shows this one is a little bit towards the overbought side. MACD is looking alright, and momentum is looking like it's creeping upwards, so that's a good thing. Now, on a one-day perspective, things are looking really nicely. MACD is a little bit stable. ADX still hasn't hit the point where you can expect major reversals. Momentum is retracting a little, and that's a dangerous thing. And so, willing %R is also correcting itself with a little bit of a pullback today. Now, currently speaking, a golden cross was seen on the 27th of January, and we've seen a massive jump at 136, and that's amazing. 10 SMA is above 30 EMA, and the 50 SMA is above 200 SMA. When you hear smaller number above a greater number, that's a good thing. That's a major thing. These are more popular terms that you use in terms of the moving averages because algorithms use it on frequently. So 10 SMA is above 30 EMA, and that's 76 above 68 cents, and that is the trading action zone where positive reversals are likely. Now, on a 2-hour perspective, things are looking a little bit somewhat different. So it is in the trading action zone. It's been in trading action zone a few times, especially even talking about not yesterday, the day before, and the day even before that. And every time it does look like it bounces up. As long as the 10 SMA and the 30 EMA remains stable or increases in value, that's a bullish thing. You get to see 10 SMA is above 30 EMA. The price is 108 above 95 cents, and that's a good thing there. The price is above the 50 SMA, and that's looking good. Now, it's in the trading action zone where positive reversals are likely. Now, the 50 SMA is sliding a little and looks like it's going to probably accumulate for a day or two. And that's fine because we have an offering still valid until the 5th. Now, moving on towards the moving average band, you're looking at 78 on the top, 71 in the middle, and 64 on the bottom. Now, the moving average bands here, the Bollinger Bands, 102 on the top and 40 cents on the bottom, but I usually don't like to use that just because the range there is massive. Although volume has been actually quite healthy. There's been a bit more inflow than outflow, and it looks like that kind of massive dip we've seen. If you look into the moving average, it looks like we're actually attempting to go back to this stage and see if we actually break there, that kind of moving average band level. It'll be very interesting to see. Stochastic fast and stochastic slow are both showing a very much of a strong potential for another move upwards, and now we're looking into supports and resistances. First off, with the Fibonacci support and resistance, significant support sits at 89 cents, followed by 75, followed by 61, followed by 43. Significant resistance, $1.10 and $1.36. Now, moving on towards a price line action, we get to see a significant support line, lies at a 103. Below there, 97 cents. Below there, 93 cents. Below there, 89. Below there, we're looking at 87 cents. And below there, we're looking at 78. A strong one at 74. A really strong one down at 68 cents. Another strong one at 64. And I think the ultimate one that I would cut my losses if it does drop to where there, it'd probably be around 60 cents. Now, on a resistance level, you're looking at 109, 120, and then 126. And if we were to go back, let's say a few months back, there we go, cut this one off, we're looking up at 164, followed by 193, followed by 226, followed by 266, followed by 303, 324, and then 372, and then finally a very strong one at almost $4. Now, comes to the question to Ed, what do you actually think about this one? Do you think there's a future on this? Now, here is the funny thing about some of these penny stocks, right? Lower price, they're overvalued. They're overpriced. The price jumps. They release a massive offering. The number of cash, the number of capital increases substantially. And thus, the price over book starts to adjust there. It becomes almost like a self-prophecy thing that, hey, I think this company has a future, and then it gets a massive push, and then they release an offering, and all of a sudden they have a massive cash to play with. So I think that cash that they have, it can easily get them out of debt. Bankruptcy is not a thing that I can see anytime near. The next thing I probably see is after the MORE Act gets a little bit of an attention and in the Senate and gets voted on, probably what's going to happen is that this one, or SNDL, will probably say something like, hey, we have interest in expanding into the US, and the price goes, the price might actually get higher there. Now, is that an actual thing that we can 100% guarantee? No, it's a penny stock. You cannot guarantee penny stocks, but that is as speculations go. Everything that we've read today was on SEC filings, or we've read through the lines between their financials and their offerings. Now, what do you think about the sticker? Make sure to mention down in the comments below. Share, subscribe, and like. You have a wonderful day.